the Mazda CX3 is arguably the sportiest entry in the growing subcompact SUV segment, raising the all-important question, does anybody care how sporty their subcompact SUV is?
Mazda sure hopes so, since sportiness is baked into all aspects of the CX3. I mean, just look at this thing. It's all sharp angles, sweeping accent lines, and athletic proportions. That dynamism has seeped inside as well, in a pronouncement to the world that this is a proper perch to explore blissful backroads.
Thankfully, the CX3's style and substance are aligned. Tenacious grip and agile handling make this a genuinely engaging drive.
Considering the CX3's lateral thrills, more power would be nice. Full throttle acceleration is adequate, but the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine doesn't sound happy doing it. That said, we have to applaud the CX3's fuel efficiency. Handling gear changes is a 6-speed automatic that, with sport mode activated, holds lower gears for racier driving action. Manual control is also available via the gear shift or, on the Grand Touring trim, paddle shifters.
The CX3 might be fun to drive and to look at, but that fun comes with a price. The suspension is firm, reminding you with every single bump that you're going to have a lot of fun when the road curves, or maybe you should have bought one of the CX3's smoother riding rivals.
Speaking of competitors, the Jeep Renegade, Chevy Trax, and Honda HR-V each offer more space behind the second row than the CX3's claimed 12.4 cubic feet. A more interesting comparison might be Mazda's own Mazda 3. It's similarly priced to the CX3 and provides the same hatchback convenience, but with more space behind both the second and first rows. Fun fact, the CX3 is only 3.5 inches taller than the Mazda 3 and has the same ground clearance, largely distilling its SUV credentials to a $1,250 all-wheel drive system that drops city and highway fuel economy by 2 and 3 mpg respectively.
As you'd expect, the CX3's tidy dimensions have implications for interior space. In the rear quarters, it's tight, even by subcompact SUV standards. If you find yourself squeezed back here, take heart. At least you're surrounded by decent materials that look awesome. Urbanites might also exploit the CX3's small stature to park in tight spots. Just know, narrow side and rear glass doesn't make the job any easier. And as long as you're griping, the center armrest that's standard on higher trims feels creaky and tacked on. But there is a spot to store your smartphone.
CX3 buyers with lofty taste can add leather, Bose premium audio, 18-inch wheels that replace the base car's 16 inches, a variety of uncommon high-tech goodies like dynamic cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and a low-speed collision avoidance braking system. Expect the grandest of Grand Touring trims, and the MSRP lands around $29,000. Go minimalist, and you'll spend just shy of $21,000, including destination, for a basic front-drive CX3 Sport, sporting an automatic transmission, Bluetooth, a 7-inch touchscreen controlled by this somewhat inconveniently placed commander control knob, a backup camera, and push-button start, though unlocking the doors still involves the fob unless you step up to the mid-level touring trim. The CX3's $21,000 starting price might seem high, but considering its robust standard equipment list, pricing is in line for the segment. Key Mazda CX3 competitors include the Jeep Renegade, Chevy Trax, Nissan Juke, maybe the Kia Soul, and depending on when you're watching this video, probably a slew of similar small SUVs. For our money, the Honda HR-V's highly practical interior and plentiful value make it the subcompact to beat, at least if you're basing your purchase strictly on intellectual analysis.
But who buys a car based strictly on intellectual analysis? You might think you do, but you probably don't. In the case of the Mazda CX3, perhaps its emotional and aesthetic powers are strong enough to counter its compromised usability. But for you specifically, the only way you'll be able to tell is if you actually drive the thing. So go ahead and do that. Let me know what you think.